Hey guys, and welcome back. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining to you how to pronounce 16 different words with a neutral North American accent. So if you're interested, then keep on watching. So to my subscribers, welcome back you guys, and if you're new here, welcome. My name is Victoria, and I post for those of you who are looking to master the American accent. So if that's you, you should subscribe and hit that notification bell, and YouTube will let you know once I've posted new content. So before we get into these 16 words, I do want to mention that in North America, there is not one absolute truth as the neutral accent. If you are on the East Coast or on the West Coast or in a certain city, you're almost always going to find some subtle regional variation. So I'm defining neutral simply as most of my clients request to sound neutral. And when they request to sound neutral, they're basically just asking, make me sound like I'm from North America. I don't care if it's from California or from New Hampshire. I just want to sound like I was born somewhere on this continent and not on a different one. So for the purposes of this video, that is what a neutral accent is gonna be. I'll mention as well that for most of my clients, the problem that they run into in attempting to sound clear and articulate is that in attempting to sound neutral, they often overdo it and they sound hyper articulate. So they're articulating too much, more than a native speaker actually would. And it's ironic because we tend to think it's the opposite, right? We tend to think, oh, I'm not speaking clearly enough. That's why someone didn't understand me. But it's often going to be the case that you might be speaking too clearly and that given word didn't have a target that was that clear. So without further ado, let's get into our words here. So our first word is preparation. Preparation. So for this word, it's really, really important that that second syllable is being reduced to a schwa, and schwa is an incredibly short reduced vowel. So it's not preparation, it's so the p has to sound like a, but it has to be very short. So it's preparation, preparation. So our next word is comfortable. Comfortable. Now I know it looks like there are more syllables than are actually being produced here, but most native speakers are going to reduce and say comfortable, comfortable. I do hear most often from many of my clients this word being produced with additional syllables like comfortable. And while some native speakers produce this with 4 syllables, it's much more rare than just hearing it as 3. The next word is breakfast. Breakfast. The trick in this one is that F-A-S-T do not produce the word fast as if they were in isolation. So it's not breakfast, and it's certainly not break fast, though that may be how the word was actually derived. It's brek and then F-schwa-S-T, fust, breakfast. The next word is season. Season. And it's a similar concept to breakfast. So in season, the final 3 letters, S-O-N, are not making the word sun. So it's not a season, it's a season. So it's a Z-schwa-N, season. The next word is professional. Professional. So the first syllable is not pro, even though it looks like pro, and even though P-R-O is pro on its own. So the first syllable has a schwa, pro. Our second syllable is the winner. It's fe, and then we have sh, and then null. He's a professional. The next word is specifically. Specifically. Again, there's a number of schwas in this word. You have to catch that schwa on that first syllable, so it's not spe, it's sp, sp. Our second syllables are winner, si, and then f is another F schwa, and then cli. Notice that the cli is spelled C-A-L-L-Y, but we don't pronounce that A vowel. We don't pronounce any vowel there. So that vowel is totally deleted, and this word is pronounced as specifically. The next word is organization. Organization. So this one's a tricky one too, right? Because it looks like organization, but the grand majority of folks aren't going to say that. They're going to say org-na. So schwa on that second and third syllable, and then our winner, and then a final schwa. Organization. The next word is opportunity. Opportunity. Another tricky one because it looks like it should be opportunity, because P-O-R-T is port, but we're not saying opportunity, we're saying as if it were spelled P-E-R, opportunity. The next word is political. Political. Notice that first syllable is not political with an O sound. It is another, you guessed it, it's another schwa. So it's poli, and then another schwa, r, and then another one, kul. Political. Our next word is emoticons. Emoticons, as in those smileys we use everywhere, right? So for emoticons, first syllable is schwa. Second syllable is our winner, then another schwa, and then a tense vowel. So emoticons. Once in a while, you may hear someone say emoticons. That's totally fine. But the majority of the time, you're probably going to hear it as emoticons. Next word is comply. Comply. Now, C-O-M, like if you are on google.com, C-O-M is usually pronounced as com, but in this word, again, the letters aren't helpful. So we don't say comply, we make that a schwa. So we're saying comply. Comply. The next word is infamous. Infamous. Now, if we were to take away the in, that word would be famous. But we don't say infamous, we say infamous. So winner on in and then schwa, schwa. Infamous. Next up, we have the word opposite. Opposite. The second syllable is not O or A. So it's not opposite, it's opposite. Opposite. Next up is the word majority. Majority. For this one, I often hear that letter A being produced as an A. So I often hear something resembling majority, but that's not how it's pronounced. It's majority. Majority with a schwa. The next word is generate. Generate. Now I'll admit that this one is more subtle, but listen to the first and second syllable and tell me, are they the same sound when I say generate? So they're not, right? So I'm not saying an e in both positions. So it's not generate, it's not generate, it's je, that's my winner, going into an n schwa, and then rate. Generate. And then the final word is professor. Professor. So as in the previous example with P-R-O at the beginning, in this word we don't say pro for the P-R-O combination. We make it a P-R schwa. So it's not a professor, it's a professor. She is my professor. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's neutral American accent video. I hope you found it helpful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.